The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Jimmy, yeah, this is Jimmy I'm just chilling, Jimmy saw yo sitting down and designing. Where every man never thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, can't test me, big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC. Always love the clothes of Jimmy. Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We should have a very fabulous show for you guys today. Before we do, let's say hi to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
I have told you many times that the opening song to this show is all about Jimmy. It was done before I came on the show.
Yep.
And I think it would be so nice if you had Jimmy and Ron, the crazy ones. Maybe let's have Ozzy.
We asked her to do it, but she's like traveling all over. So
she said she would do it. Not that I'm one of those name ego people, but 9 years I'm on this friggin' show. I mean, I should have a little music, don't you think? Anyway, today's show was really great. I interviewed, excuse me, my throat. Pardon me. I interviewed our next guest a couple of years ago, and we'll talk all about it. He's a terrific guy. I met his fiance at the time, who I believe has become his wife now, and we had a great party after the red carpet event, so we'll talk about it.
Anyway, we've got a fun show for you guys today. We have Jeremy London coming on the show. He's a superstar. He's going to be a lot of fun. I actually met him in Florida also, so Ron and I both have met him, and we have Rodney Hicks, who's a Broadway star, coming on, who's also one of the stars of the new hit indie film Mighty Oak. So it's going to be fun. Right now we have a chat room full of people. They say we look great. Thank you. Let's say hi to some people. Don Hinton is in the chat room. Yay. Lady Lake Music. Anton from Australia. Teresa Sabin from Florida. I know there's more people. Oh, Angela Joseph, I know, is in the chat room there someplace because I saw her earlier. It's going by, so it went by too fast. I missed all the people in it, but we're going to have a good time today. And I'll call out some other people when I see them like write something because I can't go back and see it.
The reason I'm not drinking from my orange cup as I always do is because Jimmy made a concoction of some putrid tasting fruit punch with lemonade. The fruit punch tastes like, it smells like a dirty garbage pail. I imagine what a dirty garbage pail, a dumpster would taste like or smell like.
It's like Tropicana something.
It's
Diet.
It's Tropicana rotted fruit. I'm not drinking it, so I'm going to drink Diet.
I had to mix them because we only had a little bit of lemonade left.
Well, don't be creative anymore. It stinks.
Oh, Backpack John's in the chat room too. Hey, Backpack John.
Every time I speak, you just say, "Open your big fucking mouth."
That's okay.
But that's
like you don't do that to me all the time.
Well, you're boring. I have to keep the show
right.
up in the air.
Right.
I mean, when
Beautiful
you go
mug, he said.
when you go on and on and on with your nothing. See, that bullshit's coming in all the time.
There's nothing I can do to stop
get rid of those things that keep in. Don't we have like whatever it's called, spy shit?
No, I don't know how to get rid of that. We'll have to figure it out anyway. So we watched a great movie, you guys. Ron liked it a lot.
Loved it.
It was an old movie from, I don't know, it was at least 10 years old, and it starred
Yep.
Who did it star?
I'm not the only one.
That guy from 300. The guy from 300. Gerard Butler, and the lady who looks like Charlize Theron, but who's not.
She doesn't look like Charlize. She looks herself. She's wonderful. The movie was what's the name of the movie? Oh, you're really good today, babe.
The Ugly Truth.
The Ugly Truth. It's a romantic comedy. And I so enjoyed it because of the dialogue. And the guy that's the talk show host is so me. in everything he says. He's out there. He doesn't care. He's open filtered, and he says whatever he feels like saying about women and sex and vibrators. I mean, he's wonderful.
It came out in 2009. It was done by the guy I think who did the
See how he cut in
Legally
again?
Blonde
No
movies,
style,
and it
this fucking
stars
fat bastard.
Katherine Heigl and Gerard Butler. Katherine Heigl is her name. And also has Cheryl Hines in it. I like Cheryl Hines and John Michael Higgins. Cheryl Hines is from that HBO show.
I'm not helping you. Let you drown yourself.
Cheryl Hines is that with the guy with the bald head. And it's called what's it called? I don't know. What
I
it's
know,
called.
but I'm not saying.
You don't know.
I most certainly do know.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, well, you cut me off with that retarded mouth of yours. I don't think we're going to have a good show today. We're going to fight a lot.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
And B. Claudia just joined us too. Hey, B, how are you? Yay.
Hey, B.
Ron looks great. Great eyes.
Thank you. I was just watching a TV show before we came on the air about Hitler's hidden treasures. It's on the Adventure Network or whatever network. I love that network, where they have all these wonderful documentary shows or just shows about, UFO and stuff. And they were saying that Adolf Hitler was a great believer in seances and a great believer in the mystic world. And that he had a huge 18-story building built that was just for his people to research witches and stuff. And then they took us to a beautiful part of Germany. Mountains were gorgeous. And in those mountains, all the witches go. It's a very famous witch mountain. So I'm fascinated by that kind of stuff. And I enjoy that show so much. Maybe B knows about the Witch Mountain. It was sort of near the ocean or water. Now, what are you surrounded by, Germany? That's the sea, Mediterranean. No, what ocean is that? Well, opposite England, the canal. What is it called, Jimmy?
I don't know.
Of course, he doesn't know.
I'm busy. You see, I'm trying to do stuff. So
that broad that swam across the channel, the English Channel. I forgot what waters there are. Maybe somebody out there will help me out. I'm tired today. I worked all morning on the barbecue.
North Sea. B knows everything.
Well, B is German. She'd be a stupid ass if she. I mean, I know every river that goes through New York. So most.
B said she heard you on the European radio show and that it was great.
Yeah, that wasn't really me. That was kind of like me, like being so boring and so. Oh, no, maybe that show was good. It was the other guy's show. I wasn't so hot.
Right.
Suck it up because.
Suck it podcast.
Anyway, it was. It's very hard to be a talk show host.
Oh, Dave Hughes is there too. Say hi to Dave. He said the English Channel.
I said English Channel also. Dave Hughes, we don't have any bazooms on today. Sorry, baby. It's all about guys. So if you want to switch around and dig guys, we have two cute guys coming out. So there. Anyway, I love those docudramas. Like that stupid Oak Island. Of course, I'll watch it again this year for the 1,000th year. They're still digging holes all over the fucking place, like beavers or whatever, groundhogs.
He says the North Sea goes to Iceland.
I really don't give a shit. I mean, honestly, if I had to learn that in school, I forgot it. Yeah, all I know is
we want to welcome Ian Smith to the chat room. Hey, Ian, what's up?
Who's Ian Smith?
He works with us with Angela and Sumner Twins talent on all the movies, Clown Motel and all the movies.
What does he do?
All kinds of things. Act, produce, everything.
Why don't I know his name?
I don't know. He's in the chat room relatively often. So
Ian, when I see you, please remind me who you are.
Okay, there you go.
Nice name. Ian is a very, very handsome name. Ian. It sounds like a handsome man.
He's in Clown Motel.
Oh, where?
He's shooting out in the desert.
Oh, you're one of the clowns?
Out in the desert.
One of the people I kill because I'm General Milan. This Friday, I'm shooting with my sweetheart. Oh, yeah, Dave Hughes. Come in, baby. Listen up. Friday, I'm shooting with Lorene Landon. And she plays my wife who runs the bar for all the military people.
He says, Ian Smith says he's friends with you on Facebook.
Oh, good. Ian, I'm sorry. I'm just old and rotted away. I'm decaying little by little. I apologize. But Lorene Landon, she'll be sitting on my lap and she'll be hugging me and kissing me and smooching with me. Eat your heart out, Dave. Eat your friggin' heart out.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to finish. It's my last day of shooting, by the way. So, but Jimmy and I were going to go to Clown Motel because Jimmy wants to see it, and it's in Nevada, and it would have been a nice drive. But I said no. I wanted to go to the big scene, which they're doing at the end of the film, which is where all the clowns are having a ritual.
You're not supposed to tell about it, though.
Well, yeah, a little bit, so they'll want to go see it more. They're having a ritual, and I understand the set is phenomenal, and that whole scene is going to be absolutely outrageous. And I wanted to go see it, but it's a different day than they're shooting Clown Motel. And Joe Kelly said it's very hot out in the desert where they're shooting this, but we could go in the caves to cool off. So I looked at Jimmy and I said, fuck caves and fuck cooling off, because I'm here in Palm Springs in 127 degrees of burning heat. I don't need to go to Nevada desert and burn some more.
So we're not going.
Plus, we save a lot of money, and that money I could put towards the flowers that I'm planting, because all around the border concrete wall that we built, dividing the garden into separate units, I need 25 plants, and the plants are $18 each. So that's a lot of money. So we have to save and conserve, because we're not rich people. I didn't marry Jimmy for his money, and he certainly didn't marry me for my money. We married each other because we wanted to torture each other forever.
They said it last year. Last time they filmed out there, it was 130 degrees.
130?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm leaving 125 cool degrees to go to 130.
They want to see pictures of your garden, which you guys will see them once
no,
we get
when
it
it's
done.
done. It's done. I mean, I want it to look like 100-year-old Tuscan garden in Italy, and I've done it. I did it like I remembered a garden that my uncle had in Genoa, Italy. Excuse me. My uncle had a country house as well as a city house, and I used to go up to the country house a lot. And the country house was just the most charming, like 300-year-old stone house. And my crazy uncle went and built a bathroom that was like 10 by 15. And he did it all in royal blue and aqua tile, shiny tile. And I thought I was in a public shower, when I went in that bathroom, because he had water coming out of lions' mouths and cascading down. I think my uncle was gay, and I probably got the gay gene from him. He never married, and he was very creative. That's my uncle Victoria. He never hit on me, so I'm not going to go there and say he's a pedophile, because he never would. But I thought he was a bit of a little fruity.
Eileen says hi to everybody and everybody in the chat room. She doesn't know her password, so she can't get into the chat room. So she says to say hi to everybody.
Your password is wet pussy. That's her chat word. That's one of her passwords. Yeah, one of her passwords is wet pussy, because she has a cat, and she gave her cat a bath. And when the cat was all over the house shaking the water off, she was getting a password. And she said, "What should I do?" "Oh, look at my wet pussy," she said. And then she named her password My Wet Pussy.
Okay, go ahead, Rebel. You can let him in. Let's make sure we can hear him. Hey, everybody. So our first guest is getting ready to come on. Hello.
Well, hello.
There we go. We can hear him.
Well, I already love this show, because the first thing I heard whenever I logged on was wet pussy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, get your filthy fucking mind out of the gutter. It was Eileen's wet cat. All you pigs, all you men, all you hear wet pussy, you get so crazy. Meanwhile,
somebody's trying to get in the chat. Hold on, we're going to introduce him before you tell your story.
I want to talk.
No, wait a second.
If he's the one I like him a lot. I don't know the other one. They're twins. Who the fuck knows I know one of you.
I know this one. He's a good one. So hold on. Let me make an introduction.
You're the one I'm friends with. And when I remind you who I am, you'll say, "Oh my God, yes, I love you too, Ron."
Okay, hold on. Now, everybody, we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, actor, director, producer, and now children's book author, Jeremy London. Hello and welcome to the show.
And it's so good to be here. Thanks, guys, for having me on.
So this is Ron Russell. He's our cool, outrageous man about town co-host. Say hi.
And hey.
Hang on, wait. I'm Jimmy Star, and we have a chat room filled with almost every country represented. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi,
There you
everybody.
go. Now go ahead. Now go ahead. He wants to tell you his story.
About 10 or 12 years ago, did you marry the girl you were engaged to?
Unfortunately.
Well, if you're the right brother now, I don't know what brother you are. Taya Gill is a good friend of mine, and I did the red carpet for a movie you were in with Taya Gill, and I interviewed you for a long time, and then we had a lot of fun after the movie. Are you the brother?
I don't know what movie you're talking about, brother.
Do you know who Taya Gill is from Queer as Folk?
No,
Maybe you're the
brother. You might have been talking about my brother. This is a very common issue, being an identical twin in Hollywood. But
so I didn't interview you on the red carpet. You're the brother that works more than the other brother, right?
Yeah.
Then you're the wrong brother. I got the brother that works less than you.
You guys, there's two Londons in case everybody knows this. Jeremy and Jason.
Yeah, so I never know who they are. But anyway, your brother's terrific. And when you see him, say hi from Ron Russell. And he'll remember. I don't remember the name of the movie, but you know who Taya Gill is from Queer as Folk, the blonde?
I do not. We don't. My brother and I, we both have separate careers, and we both have done so many movies, especially like independent movies that I don't think either one of us have even seen 90% of our own movies that we've been in. We just, we show up and we do the work, and hopefully,
like everybody does. Now, listen, did your brother get married?
No.
Oh, so he didn't marry that nice girl he was engaged to.
Well, you know what? I actually I take that back. He did. It was, a weird situation. If you're talking about who I think you're talking about, then yeah, he actually did get married. So I apologize for it.
So he married her.
This is the confusion that is our lives.
I love it. I think it's fun.
That's the bitchy part about being a twin.
That's okay.
You're not a unique one. You're a splendid two.
Actually, though,
still very unique. That's the odd thing is, man, we could not be more different as identical twins. I can't even remotely tell you how different we are. The people that know us know. And the people that have worked with us know, but we don't even look alike anymore. I mean, we're getting old.
I could see your brother there in you, from what I remember. You look like your brother.
Who's older?
Jason is by 27 minutes.
27 minutes. I have to say, Friends to the End is
that's who it was.
Friends to the End is my favorite. Hang on, my favorite.
Shut the fuck up! Wait. You keep interrupting me.
I don't care.
Shove this.
We're married.
I'm shoving this mic
right
down your fucking throat. I'm going to shove this mic. It was Jason I interviewed because now I remember his name was Jason.
Okay, well now we're talking to Jeremy.
Well,
so
you could talk to him. I'm not going to talk to this one. I don't even know him. Fuck him.
That's right. No, I like Friends Till the End, and it's got Shannon Doherty. So he worked with Shannon Doherty. You're a Mallrats superstar with Shannon Doherty.
You know what's funny about that is I was actually cast in that movie.
And
I had a broken arm at the time, where a bouncer in Hollywood broke my arm because I went back into the building after 2 to take a piss, and the guy broke my arm. And they still hired me for the movie. And 2 days into shooting it, a stuntman re-broke my arm and put me out. I mean, completely.
Oh my God.
So
that's like one of my favorite movies. I'm doing a movie now with Jennifer.
It was the only time that I've ever called up my brother and said, "Yo, I've got a movie for you. I got money and a job."
Love
you're
that.
stepping on all my jokes. I'm leaving the show today.
I'm talking. Let me talk. Hang on.
Wait a minute. You're talking too much. You don't.
I'm working with Jennifer Blanc right now on a movie.
He says, "Ron, pipe down. I can't hear a word he says."
It's so fucking boring. Why do you even want to hear it?
No, it's not.
I wouldn't even know. You talk too much. Let me talk to Jimmy.
No, I'm doing a movie now with Jennifer Blanc, who was in that movie. But let's go back to you. So I did meet you. I met you at MegaCon in Florida, in Orlando, Florida. It was like, I don't know, maybe 2003 or 2006. Okay. And I have a video series that I was doing back then. I was a clothing designer. And I would get everybody to say Jimmy Star is the shit. So I actually have you on my video saying Jimmy Star is the shit. And there was like Lance Henriksen and all these cool people were there. And you were there and you were like on top of the world. Because, dude, like you've had some massive career. So let's, number one, say congratulations on your incredible career. Number two, you guys, if you want to follow Jeremy on Twitter, he's at Sir Jeremy London. And what are you on Instagram?
Jeremy London's art page.
There you go, Jeremy. I couldn't figure it out because I couldn't remember that one. And it was a lot of fun. So we've had fun, and now you can say something. What do you want to say?
Fuck you.
So, all right. So then here's what you guys. So you guys.
Well worth it.
Yes, it was well worth it. You guys know Jeremy, many of the things that you recognize him from, especially if you're like in the 40-year-old and 40 to 50-year-old age bracket.
Yeah, a lot of people's moms know who I am.
You got Mallrats. You got Seventh Heaven, where he played Chandler Hampton for many, many episodes. Party of Five. That's probably what people like know you the most from, right? Party of Five.
For 5 years, so yeah.
Are they gonna reboot it? Like, you know how everybody's things coming back with like a thing?
They already did and failed miserably.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, no, I mean they literally had nothing to do with even one character from the original one, and so there was like a mutiny. Nobody was happy about it. So
I love it. So when you did the Mallrats, because we've had a bunch of the Jason Mewes, we've had a bunch of the people on the show, not Ben Affleck, unfortunately. But we had Michael Rooker. But you guys, Mallrats stars Shannon Doherty, Jason Lee, Claire Forlani, Ben Affleck, Ethan Suplee, Jason Mewes, Joey Lynn Adams, Michael Rooker, and you. And all those people, after that movie came out, everybody was blew up and was like a household name. Is that like the first thing that had? Don't do that.
It took oddly enough, it wasn't because of that everybody became household names. It was because of other projects that people got after that, because Mallrats took 10 years for anybody to even like acknowledge it. I mean, I can't tell you, we literally just thought it was a wash. So nobody even recognized me from that movie for at least 10 years. And then once I started going to conventions, I started seeing a progression of people as they were able to get home and watch the movie while they were, getting high and drinking and whatever, and then they were able to get all the jokes or whatever. Then it started gaining momentum and getting popular. And here, 25 years later, it's 10,000 times more popular than it was when we first made the movie. Nobody
like Jay and Silent Bob, though. It's like turned into like a cult classic.
It is, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Do you keep in touch with the people that are in it?
Occasionally. Brian O'Halloran and I are friends. He was in a movie that I wrote and directed with my acting students, and Jason Mewes and I are tight when we see each other at a lot of conventions and so yeah. But I don't really, everybody's got their own lives and travel around. I live in Mississippi, so I'm so far removed from Hollywood or New York or any of that. So I live, I got out of that mess so I can keep my sanity.
Are you in Mississippi right now? Oh my gosh!
You guys, I'm sitting at my table here today, canning fruit and vegetables from my garden.
Which you guys can see all that on his Instagram page. He puts pictures, and his Twitter. He puts pictures of everything up on his garden, which I freaking love. How did you decide Mississippi?
Whenever I met I'm like a day or two away from my divorce being final from Juliet, and she's a lovely woman. I have a son Wyatt with my last wife Juliet, and we just weren't good together, but we're really, really tight. And whenever Juliet and I first met, I was living in Los Angeles and she was living in Tupelo, Mississippi, and so we decided to kind of just sort of start our lives together in New Orleans, kind of meet in the middle, sort of. So I left LA and I literally left Los Angeles with a backpack and a suitcase. I left everything behind that I had there and just said it's just stuff, and left. Moved to New Orleans and started my life with Juliet. We got pregnant with Wyatt and wound up then going to Oklahoma for a bit, and then wound up back in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, because a friend of mine there owns a comic book shop, and he said that I could start my acting school out of his comic book shop, and that's what I did.
Oh, that's cool.
That's where we got. So now, London Arts Acting School has been up for over 5 years. And I've got hundreds of students, and I teach online, teach people around the world online. It's been an interesting turn of events.
So
now I'm with the love of my life in Madison, Mississippi, and she and my ex-wife Juliet get along famously. My son Wyatt loves her, and so it's very cool.
I see that you, though, on your IMDb, you have tons of stuff that you've done recently. Like, do you still have to audition, or you just basically get hired and they send you a plane ticket?
I mostly work off of offers. I don't really audition that often. Not for lack of trying. It's just I don't know. I've been lucky enough, I guess, not have to as much.
No, that's good.
Yeah. I'm
Are you going to talk or you're not going to talk?
When a guest tells a #1 star talk show host
He was
that
joking.
he talks too much, and a piece of shit like you next to me runs me over, steps on my jokes and lines. Now you see how boring this interview is. There's no fun. There's no laughter.
Of course,
Chat
fun and
room,
laughter.
chat room. Not one laugh did you get. It's going like.
I think
Actually, they don't say that.
Because they don't want to offend you, because they know that you're suicidal and insane.
guys are married.
Suicidal and insane. Huh? Yes. No. We really are married. 9 years, almost 10 years.
And tomorrow I call a lawyer, get rid of this motherfucker, and go find myself a normal one. You're the only one that could have 40 wives. I can have 40 husbands.
He's had.
That's so.
No, he hasn't had 40. He's had a few, but not that many. I'm number 3, I think. 1, 2, 3. I'm number 4.
I buried them all.
That's true. That wasn't nice.
No, Steven's still alive.
Okay.
I buried 2 of them.
You gotta love it. So say talk.
What am I going to talk about? Now, nobody wants to hear me talk on this show.
That's not true.
It is true,
He was
because
joking.
I had a wonderful line. I had a joke that would have really gone over big. When he said his arm was broken when you went in to take a pee, I wanted to say, be grateful it wasn't your dick that was broken. But but you stepped on my line and I wasn't able to deliver my joke. When a stand-up comic like me for 50,000 fucking years, I'm in the business 63 years, okay?
He's 80,
I'm
by
80
the way.
years old, and I'm in the business 63 fucking years. So you tell me I'm not crazy? After
That's
63 years in this business, I'm lucky I could even find my balls. But anyway, so it's called the button, darling. You set the joke up and then you hit the button. That's comedy. When you have a neurotic, insecure husband next to you who just doesn't let you hit the button because he's got to blab his friggin' mouth off because somebody told him Ron talks too much. Now you start to talk.
That's not why.
It
I'm
is
excited
so.
because Jeremy's someone who
I'm excited.
He's my generation.
I was very excited also until I found out it was the wrong brother.
No,
Anyway, I'm teasing.
I was excited.
I'm teasing all of you. I'm not the least bit offended. But it was a wonderful line you gave me to play off of. What?
Say it again, Jeremy.
Joking with you too, my friend.
He was joking with you too, he said.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not at least bit offended. When people feed me that kind, I did stand-up comedy for 46 years. I've worked every friggin' room there was back in the days of the nightclub. Wonderful days, wonderful nightclubs. And, audience would put their 2 cents in and correct me or say things to me. So you have to be quick and you have to come back with a funny joke, but that's not offensive. But most of the time,
he didn't do traditional stand-up. He did stand-up impersonating Jane Russell, the movie star,
right.
in straight clubs, though, not in gay clubs.
No,
back
never
in the day.
gay clubs. Never gay clubs. I worked for Elizabeth Taylor to raise money for AIDS, and I founded Have a Heart, which is my own AIDS benefit. Back then, when we needed money desperately, we still do. But that was the only time I ever did a gay crowd. I worked all the straight rooms. And it was a really good act. It got booked all over, and it was fun because I had my big boobs, and I look good in drag.
He really does.
I really look like. And Jane Russell was my dearest friend for 50 million years. We were like brother and sister. So it was really funny that I impersonated a buddy. But anyway, yeah. So it's a very, very difficult business. Our business, as you know.
Yeah. That's why
you're as good as your last performance, and that's all there is to it.
So do you come back to LA often?
No, I mean my son lives in Palm Springs. My oldest son, Lyric.
You're kidding?
That's where we live.
We live in Palm Springs.
We're in Palm Springs.
He's there, yeah. He's there in Palm Springs, and he goes to school there, and I just haven't he's always been in the same school and had the same friends and all of that, and so I just my mom moved my family and us around so many times. I went to 13 different schools, and it wasn't fun because I could never make friends, because as soon as I'd make friends, we'd be gone. And
did the police catch her?
Who?
Did the police catch her?
Catch who?
Your mom moving around all the time.
See what I mean? I'm not working this show, baby. This show, I'm not working. She said you moved. Your mother kept moving around. So I said, did the police ever catch her?
My mom was a serial divorcer. She just was
Right, serial killer. It was a joke. No more.
Oh, now our dogs are
Now
barking.
our dogs are barking. We're a conversation show. Thank God we're not a question and answer show. And we talk to our guests, like I always say, make believe you're in Brooklyn in my kitchen having coffee and Entenmann's crumb cake.
I think
And that's what the show is like. It's a very relaxed, laid back, fun show. We say whatever the fuck we want to say.
you guys are great.
So I need you to do me a favor, please, and just say hi to Dawn in the chat room because she's like freaking out and she says she loves The Babysitter with Alicia Silverstone. So just say hi to Dawn and that'll like get her off for the day.
Oh, better. Now we see you.
Oh, that's
closer.
good. There we go.
Oh, you look just like your brother. What are you talking about? You look just like him.
Like
You have the whiskers. No, he's older, so you look like him.
There you go.
I liked your brother so much. He was such a sweet guy.
Saying hi to Don in the chat room, is that right?
Yeah, say hi to Dawn in the chat room.
I'm supposed to chat with Dawn or just say hi to Dawn?
No, just say hi to her. Just say hi to her over the air. You're fine. She's already like happy with it and the way it all like goes. So you started a new career as an author. Tell us a little bit about it. You have a book. It's called The Little White Mouse in the President's House. Is that your first one?
That is my first one, and I have another one on the way called What Just Flew Out of My Face.
What just what?
What just flew out of my face, and it's about hiccups. They're kids' books, remember?
I know. Well, I hope the little white mouse is not bad mouthing our president.
No, it's a book. It's a story about unity. It uses something that actually happened in the White House not too long ago, that inspired it. A mouse fell out of the ceiling in the White House during a press briefing into a reporter's lap, and I just thought that was the funniest thing, and I thought it was a good opportunity to send a message. It's an adult-sized message in a children's book, because frankly, I believe that most adults these days are acting like children. The hatred and vitriol that everybody has towards each other, the reds and the blues and
I agree 100%.
That's why I do not condone any evil things being said about Joe Biden or President Trump. I think we should respect them as who they are, not like maybe their political views, but respect them as people, as human beings, and not say dreadful things about Joe Biden and the things that they have said about Trump. It's so out of context. You know what I mean? Talk about their politics. Don't talk about their families, and don't call Joe Biden a stupid old man and he's senile and he pees in his pants. I mean, how dare you talk about a future president that way? You know, I mean, this man could be president. Where the fuck is your respect, you pieces of shit? Anyway, I've said all.
We don't usually do politics.
No, but I'm fed up with the red and blue.
Can you hear?
Well, then you'll like them. You will like The Little White Mouse in the President's House, because
I'm glad you wrote something like that.
Like little children.
I'm glad you did this,
and
because we have to teach the next generation not to behave like the morons today. People hate their best friends because their best friends are Republicans or Democrats. I was at the pool because we live in the country club bullshit. And I was at the pool and this woman kept saying, I cannot have a friend that's a Republican. I can't bear them because they believe in child rape. And I said, what the fuck are you talking about, child rape? Where'd this come from? You know what I mean? They're nuts. And she can't bear to have a friend that's a Republican. I mean, how stupid.
Ignorance.
Don't you agree?
Sides, absolutely. I think that, people are so inundated with misinformation that
so correct.
Both sides don't realize, but they both hate the same thing and they both want the same thing. But both sides think the other one is the devil because they've been told the child strings and all of this stupid stuff that they've got everybody so hyper vigilant towards all of this stuff that doesn't even exist, that the real stuff that needs to be paid attention to is getting left by the wayside. And
absolutely,
and so
totally. We are such a disgrace to the other countries all over the world. I have friends, all over the country. We go out to every single country there is in the world right now. Your show, you're in every country. We're not because we go through whatever the hell we go through, and they just laugh at us and they say those Americans are such children. They're so stupid. They really don't know what the fuck they're doing. And we used to be a very respected country by the world. The world used to emulate us. Let's be American music, American clothing. Now they laugh at us. They all hate President Trump and they don't know why. I could tell you why, because the media told them to hate him. It's a sad situation.
I think everything's not as Orwellian as Donald Trump would like it to be. Sometimes the things that you see with your eyes and hear with your ears are exactly what you're seeing and hearing, and it's fucking frightening. Because just the fact that he's trying to dismantle the post office to keep people from voting and tear gassing people in a peaceful protest and stuff, that's the Orwellian aspect of it. But
there's another side to the coin. If those protesters were not destroying property that I also own, they have a nerve to go and take down statues
that got tear gas weren't destroying anything. See,
but wait a minute. What the protesters?
You guys are talking about different things.
No, I know that, but what the protesters did to me is just terrible. I protested gay rights and gay marriage and all that shit with Stonewall. We did not destroy anything that belonged to the populace. We simply went out and stated our case, and we said what we wanted and what we needed, and we won. Now, these people that are doing these horrific things are getting Donald Trump more votes, because I know Democrats now that said, I'm voting for Trump, because the Democrats
we need to get out of this conversation
that are today are not doing the right thing. So that's all I want to say.
Our ratings will go down if we talk
they
politics.
Won't go down because you know what?
You
know what? If people are so stupid not to listen to us, it's not always about tits and ass. There is a thing called politics, and sometimes you wander down that road. Years ago, we were able to talk about politics.
Bro,
hang on, go ahead.
We live in. It's absolutely the world we live in, and it's extremely relevant. It's just not that.
Right.
It's very sad. Years ago, we could discuss politics without getting in trouble. Now you discuss politics, and what do you call it?
Unfriend you, block you, tell you terrible things. It's all terrible. But anyway,
I'm only sorry there's not a third party.
Wait, we lost him. What happened? Rebel. Hey, Rebel.
Hello. What? The communists got us. They blocked us.
You never know.
The communists didn't block us. It's highly possible that Jeremy was having issues with his
internet
stuff.
Oh, okay. He might be.
He's still with us. He's still in the studio.
He's still there.
He's muted and stuff, and his camera's out.
Okay, so we'll see. He'll be coming back.
Anyway, as I said, a third party would have been nice. We all have to just remember one thing. We're people, and we should not abuse each other. We should respect each other. Color, creed, religion, anything. We are all equal. Like I said on my interview, we all come in the world the same way, and we go out the same way. So while we're here, why can't we all be the same way?
There you go. Also, B. Claudia just said she just bought a copy of A Little White Mouse in the President's House. You guys, it went to, I saw a tweet. I don't know if it went higher, but it was like number 67 or 68 on Amazon for the for children's books, which is a big deal.
Sounds like a good book.
Yeah, it's a good book, and it's illustrated beautifully, so it looks really cool.
I didn't know a mouse fell out of the ceiling in the White House.
That's his story.
But it's true. It really did. A mouse.
It did?
A mouse did fall out of the ceiling and into a reporter's lap. I think we have to ask him that.
Or did he just like make it up? Another thing too, you guys.
I think he said that's how he based his book on.
He was in a movie also, you guys, called Seven Faces of Jack the Ripper, and we've had a bunch of the people on the show: Timothy Woodward Jr., Jerry G. Angelo, who we had on not too long ago since this has been going on, who has a new crowdfunding campaign on Seed and Spark for his new film Obscura that just opened up today. Patrick Kilpatrick was in that movie. He was on our show. Mindy Robinson is in Clown Motel. And Said Faraj, which we see at every red carpet. So like he's done a lot of stuff with lots of people that we like know in his past. He also did a movie Cross Street with Brian Austin Green, who's like one of my favorites. Actually, I like him a lot. And William McNamara. He did a bunch of movies with William McNamara.
I like Billy. Billy McNamara is terrific. What a nice fella he is. Off camera, he's a great guy. really sweet, nice, and terrific.
Oh no, absolutely. So
I
hopefully,
like him.
hopefully we'll be able to get him back. In the meantime, we'll continue talking.
What happened to his camera? Because he kept switching it around. I saw that.
I don't know. Maybe he had a problem too with his internet.
Oh, in Mississippi. Mississippi.
Oh my God, that's good.
The fuck you think I'm a retard?
No, but like you're not the best speller always.
I most certainly am.
Spell Oklahoma.
Why should I? Okay.
Or Okeechobee. Okeechobee or Oklahoma.
Okay.
Oh wait, here he is. He's back.
He's back.
Hey.
Keep it big. I like it when it's close up.
That's okay.
Keep it close up. I like the close up.
That's not him. That's Rebel. There you go.
Rebel, keep it like that.
No, not like that, because then we're all cut off. Just put him on. There you go.
There you go.
All right, can you hear us?
Take your glasses off so we can see your handsome face. Take your eyeglasses off for a minute so we could see your handsome face. Do that. Come on, for the girls out there.
There you go.
Look at that. Now he looks like now he looks like who he is.
So I have to tell you, just to know, give a shout out to B. Claudia. She just bought your book since we were talking about it. She lives in Germany, but she just posted that she bought it.
Thank you.
Is the book in German?
That's wonderful. Thank you very much.
She reads in English, so.
Now you cut your head off with the camera.
You know.
That's not him.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, here.
Who's screwing up the headshot? There we go.
There we go.
Let's leave it there like that.
Yeah, you look great.
Good. So you really like Mississippi?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
What's so good about it?
It's not Los Angeles.
Well, Palm Springs is not Los Angeles.
But we're hot as hell. It's 120 degrees. It's super hot.
Yes.
I know the real estate is pretty cheap in Mississippi. You can get a nice house there for a couple $100,000.
Everything's more affordable here. The people are better and nicer, and I actually just get to be myself here with a perfect woman, and I've got a family.
So tell us about the perfect woman. Where'd she come from?
To me, she actually came to one of my acting classes, and she and I just hit it off, and we've been together since the first time I met her.
Oh, that's terrific.
And how
that's
long?
Nice.
How long is that? I do all the gossip shit. I like gossip. I hate when we have to ask you about your movies. Fuck your movies. We want to hear gossip. We want to hear romance.
So how long have you guys been together in your love
That's
affair?
my question. You did all your bullshit already.
Okay, that's okay.
A little over a year.
That's perfect.
Is she a blonde, blue-eyed beauty? Is she a blonde, blue-eyed beauty?
She is through and through. She is as real as it gets. She used to be a barrel racer. She's a paralegal.
Wait, what was she?
Amazing.
Wait, what kind of racer?
A barrel racer and horses. She's a cowgirl, man.
What's a barrel racer?
Raced around barrels.
Oh, you'd ride the horse around the barrels?
On horses.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like in rodeo stuff. Like that's like high.
So she's a cowgirl.
Yeah, she's a cowgirl.
Girl.
And she's a Mississippi girl.
Much a Southern cowgirl. Yes, I grew up on a cattle ranch in Oklahoma, and so.
It keeps freezing.
What's that?
Oh, it froze. Yeah. We heard you say I grew up in Oklahoma, and then it froze.
Our very dear friend Marilyn Gladstein comes from Mississippi, and she's a wonderful friend of ours and a very, very sweet, charming Southern belle. We love her.
So wait, you've made a couple of Westerns too, because I saw it on your IMDb. Did you do your own writing then? I haven't seen those movies because I don't really watch Westerns a whole lot. Can you ride a horse?
I always do writing. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He always does his writing.
Every actor has to write. I was on a horse for 16 weeks on Sarah with Brenda Vaccaro. So you have to learn how to ride a horse, so you don't get work.
I like
two things you have to learn as an actor: shoot a gun and ride a horse.
Yeah, they most of them learn how to just stay on, but they don't really learn how to ride. I did Gods and Generals. I was besides Stephen Lang, who knew how to ride a horse, and Stephen's a dear friend of ours. They understand posting, of course. He's the most amazing human on the planet.
We
admire
love
Stephen
Stephen
more than
Lang. I love Stephen Lang
he's
more
my
than
favorite I've worked with. He's
Oh, that's
the best
cool.
actor I've worked with.
yeah, he's good.
I emulated him. I ripped his performance off so much on Gods and Generals because he was so impressive and it was so funny. One of the best compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life was when we went to the premiere of the movie. And he grabbed me and he said, "Son, that was incredible. You remind me of me."
There
isn't
you
it?
go. That's
Well,
nice.
I've got
That's
I've got you
right there.
beat
He
because
literally said that
I have you beat because Stephen Lang and I did a slow dance together. So there, I interviewed him and we were talking about gay people and stuff and how Lorenzo Lamas. How Lorenzo Lamas is a wonderful guy, and I love Larry, and he hugs me and kisses me in public because he's not a homo. Most guys that are
Not homophobic.
he's not homo. Well, he's not a homo either. But most guys think if you touch a gay guy, everybody's going to think you're gay. So Stephen Lang, when I interviewed him, we talked about that, and I said, well, you wouldn't dance with me. He said, I certainly would. And we got up and we danced a slow dance together. He is just the coolest guy in the world. I just love him.
Absolutely.
I think we lost him.
No, he's there.
He's frozen. I hate these shitty things. I wish we had proper equipment.
That doesn't make any difference. Even Ellen gets people frozen.
I know, poor Ellen. It's poor Ellen.
So, Jeremy, are you still there? Can you hear us? Rebel, I think we might have lost him. He doesn't have his internet is a little off, I think.
You're frozen. A good shot of
He's
him.
still in the studio right now, so it's probably patching.
Okay, see, it says, Jeremy, your internet's having issues, so it's his internet, not us.
Yeah, Jeremy's having issues.
In the way, you guys, though, what a cool guy. So let's recap. You guys can follow him on Twitter. He's at Sir Jeremy London. His new book is called A Little White Mouse in the President's House, and it's a kid's book. It's on Amazon. It's done very well, and hopefully you guys, if you have a child or someone who might like to see it, you can go see it. Oh, look, he went to a different room. Or something. There he is. He's back. Is he back?
It's a treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. Lordy, how they play it. Gee-da-da-da. Gee-da-da. Uncle Joe.
my apologies.
That's okay. Hey, we're back. You're back, though, so we're happy to see you back.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
We
you.
can hear you. But did you hear my Lang story, how he danced with me?
I did. And that's wonderful. And I'm not surprised in the least. He's one of the kindest, most open-minded, open-hearted humans.
You know, his wife is a fabulous designer for theater, for stage, for movies. She's a costumer, and she's got gays all over the place. So Stephen knows a lot of gay people. He's not gay.
Homophobic.
No, gay angry.
He's not gay. Yeah, he's fabulous.
I don't like gay angry, you know. He's a wonderful guy. I mean, just a cool dude.
So let's...
And you know, he did 3 avatars. They're coming out soon. He just did 3 avatars that are coming out soon. Yeah.
I love that.
I love
those Avatar movies.
And you know, it's so funny because when you see Steven in Avatar, he looks like 6'2", all muscles. And when you see him, he's a slight little man. He's not a big man at all, like you see in the films.
Smaller for guy, but his strength, he just comes across as a big man because of his just the power and his voice and presence.
Yeah,
he's
so handsome.
He was Stonewall Jackson. I mean, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was very cool.
The best actor I've ever seen.
He's very handsome.
We liked him a lot.
We like him.
So let's do a hypothetical for you because you've been in.
Pick up my lady from work.
Oh, okay. He's got to pick her up. All right, wait. Let's do one more thing. All right, so you guys follow Sir Jeremy London on Twitter. He's at Sir Jeremy London. Get his book, A Little White Mouse in the President's House. We want to thank you for coming on. Sorry the internet wasn't great. We wish you all the success in everything that you're doing, and we'll see you soon.
Right. And say hi to everybody we know.
Thanks, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Sure will.
Say hi to your good brother. Say hi to your nice brother.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, chat room. So my husband doesn't let me watch Ellen anymore. Oh, that's funny. You made an Ellen comment. They said my wife doesn't let me watch Ellen.
You made the Ellen comment, not me.
What did I say? Do you remember?
You said even Ellen has
trouble. Yeah, even Ellen has problems with it.
See.
Actually, everybody says she's not very nice.
Well, we are.
That's right. We're
Anyway,
nice. What's
you
up,
know-
chat room? Bye, Jeremy. He was a kind guest, and he's in a lot of things that
Yeah.
that we have friends that were in.
But you know what? I forgot there was a war between those brothers once, and I think I shouldn't have talked so much about his brother being nice. I don't think they talk. I think
yeah,
they're
they
not.
do.
I don't know about that because they don't really say nice things about each other when you try to get something nice out of them. Twins can be rival jealousy. Twins. Who wants to
They're
look?
like the most famous. Well, there's them and Sean and Aaron Ashmore.
I know,
very
but
famous.
who wants a look-alike? How would you? Oh, God forbid, two Jimmy Stars. I'd kill myself.
Oh my God, we would
I
rule
would-
the world.
I would die. I mean, I couldn't stand the narcissism and the conceit. Ugh, could you imagine two of you in a room? I'd slit my wrists. Please. Ugh. Or two Ron Russells? Forget it. The world would be so delightful.
The world would be so delightful, he says. So let's do a quick commercial, you guys.
Yes. That's all he's good for.
B. Claudia had asked me if I would just mention Dogs for Our Brave again, you guys. That's our dear
Yes.
friend Marilyn and Andy Gladstein's charity. It's dogsforourbrave.com. They provide service dogs for veterans in need with post-traumatic stress disorder and ones who are missing limbs and have been injured in the war. And those are the veterans that have protected the company. And B. Claudia made a donation, and they sent a beautiful letter to him, and she loved it. She's excited.
Anyway, these friends of ours are super duper people. They are kind-hearted. They are generous. They are wealthy. They are beautiful. They're important. And they decided to use all of their tools, should we say, to create this wonderful benefit where you give money and they're able to get dogs trained to help the invalid people that fought for us, that fought for our freedom. I love their benefit, and we give too. So
Absolutely.
give, send $1, everybody. If everybody out there, if we're really 4.5 million people, if everybody sent $1, $1, that's $4.5 million. So send it to them. They need it. And the war veterans need it more. Nobody really cares about our vets. They went to war. They got shot up in pieces. Oh, so what? People have an attitude. They asked for it. No, they didn't. They were defending us, we Americans.
I hate any of those things when people write bad things about veterans or cops.
Well,
So
I do also, and unfortunately, we have a society today of people who have the wrong idea about a lot of things.
you gotta love it. All right, you guys. So we want to first of all thank everybody for tuning into the show every week. Our show last week did very, very well with Joe Castro, special effects, and Lauren Monroe and Rick Allen from Def Leppard. It was very good. I even ordered Rick Allen Funko Pop. It'll be coming in the mail sometime soon. And it was a lot of fun. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in every week. You can listen to us live every Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific time or 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time on W4CY Radio, our home station. You can also hear us on K4HD Radio in LA, Jackalope Radio in St. Louis. We're also on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, Apple TV, Podbean, Spotify, and Pandora. And on TV, you can see us on Comcast, Roku, Vimeo, YouTube, and JSW Television on the JimmyStarsWorld.com website.
Usually guests, they stay long. Excuse me. They don't even want to get off the air. But he had to go get his girlfriend or something. What did he have to go get her? Pick her up? She couldn't use what is it called? Car service.
Uber?
Uber?
Oh, I told him it was a half-hour interview, and we had him on for 50 minutes. So.
Oh, well, too bad. I mean, really and truly. Anyway,
what are you?
It goes to show you who's who in Hollywood. He hates L.A., but I guess maybe L.A. hates him a little too. You never know.
You never know.
Some people in our business are just not nice, and producers and directors and fellow actors just don't like them, and they don't want to work with them. So they somehow
but he
run
works all
away.
the time.
I'm not talking about him.
Oh, you're just
I'm talking in general. People in general. I mean, like. What's the name? The Faye Dunaway. Nobody wants to work with Faye Dunaway. I mean, she was quite a star in her day. In the 70s and 80s, Faye Dunaway was big. Now she can't even get arrested. I mean, it's terrible because you have a reputation of being difficult and nasty and mean and selfish.
Oh, like Jennifer Lopez and Ellen. They both have those reputations.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer Lopez, we know because of our friend
Cece.
Cece said that when she was working with her as a dancer, they told people don't even look at J-Lo.
She got in trouble for looking at her, and she
Yeah.
told him to go fuck off.
which is totally ridiculous. I mean, J-Lo was just a nice Puerto Rican girl from New York who happened to hit it big. She's not inbred society. She's not the queen mother's child. Who the fuck does she think she is anyway? I like her a lot. I like her work. But if I ever met her, I'd look her in the eye and say, "Now, bitch, say something. You'll regret it.
Yeah.
You will so regret it if you tell me not to look you in the eye."
I love it. Oh, Dawn says again with the Ellen. Yeah, because Ellen's got all these reports about how she's not nice now on everywhere. Everybody's starting to come out about her.
I find that gay men, well, that's not true. I can't even go there because it's so stupid. People in general are all alike. Some are good, some are bad, some are nice, some are mean. I know a lot of queens here in Palm Springs. I like to bitch smack those faggots. I hate them. Oh, darling. They're such girls. They're such silly Mary fairies. And all they say are evil things about everybody in town. They always have something to say about somebody. And I know a lot of lesbians who are friends of mine, and the butch ones tend to be rough and tough because that's what they think men should be. And they're kind of like nasty. I had two friends of mine that were lesbians that I really distanced myself from because they really used to irk me with their butch toughness. I don't care for men that way, straight men, let alone lesbians. But anyway, we all have our bullshit.
Absolutely.
No one goes unscathed, darling.
You like the lipstick lesbians?
I like lesbians. Well, because they're more traditional. But no, I have a lot of drag butch 18-wheelers, I call them, diesel dykes. I have a lot of those that are friends of mine in New York for years.
Diesel dykes.
Well, and they don't mind. We laugh about, gay people are allowed to say that. We don't say it with venom. I mean, I call them 18-wheeler diesel dykes. And I have two of them that live in drag. They dress as men totally. And they're sweethearts. No, I have many, many gay friends. Are you kidding? I grew up with gay people.
Right.
In New York City, in my business. I mean, if in show business, if you're anti-gay, get out of the business, baby. Because it's run by gay people. There are more gay people in show business than in a beauty parlor. Everybody in the beauty parlor is gay.
You gotta love every
I
part
was a
of it.
hairdresser, I know. Even the ones that say they're straight, they're half gay.
Oh, the hairdressers?
Yeah, they make believe. For some reason, when I was first coming out, I didn't want people to know I was gay either. I was ashamed. It was just stupid. Imagine being ashamed of being something that's nobody's business. How stupid of me.
Actually, Teresa Sabin says nowadays gay people are in all the businesses.
Yeah, but basically, ballet and theater and movies and beauty parlors and interior decorating, we rule. We are the masters. Yeah, it's true.
No, that's true.
When you want a lawyer, what do people say? Get yourself a good Jewish lawyer. And if you want a nice haircut, they say, go get yourself a fairy. Let him do your hair. Don't you love all these little tags they put on people?
Actually, that problem is that you can't use those little tags anymore because we're so
no, but they did.
Correct.
I mean, I was introduced.
No, I know back then.
Back then, they would say, and this is my dear friend Ron Russell. He's gay. And I would look at them and I'd say, yes, I am. Hello. I mean, what is I'm gay got to do with my name in my introduction? He used to flip me out. So I used to say sometimes if the hostess, who I knew well, usually she was a flamboyant woman, a fag hag. And she would say, oh, this is my friend Ron Russell and he's gay. And I'd say, yes, and this is my friend and she's an old whore.
And then you go back.
I got back. I'd say, oh, yeah, she's an old whore. I had a party at my house years ago. And I invited a very, very, very dear friend of mine who's a big fag hag. She's like a drag queen, like Norma Desmond. And when she left the party, I said to Mr. Blackwell, I said, Richard, what'd you think of my friend? He said, just another old whore. So, everybody's got titles.
I think everybody uses them privately too. Maybe not.
Oh, absolutely.
Publicly.
And in their mental silence, absolutely. The N word is used so many times, and people please the gay word. Of course they do. Human beings do not. They don't have a transmitter, or anything to turn off these words, unfortunately, because years ago they were not offensive. They were just part of being a character. Today, everybody, oh my God, it's so offensive if you say something that's, like fag hag, oh my God, that's horrible. No, these are words that were said in jest with great fondness. And of course, today that's all been turned around and made out to be mean and evil. The N word, don't care for, because it does have a bad. The N word is not nice. I don't care for that word, but any other word is okay. Fag, dyke, I don't give a shit. It's okay.
It's funny though, but everything has become so politically correct.
Oh yeah,
and unfortunately,
I had a friend of mine, a friend for many, many years, and I wrote on his Facebook page, "Stop using filters." Well, he went off on me all over the place, and all his little faggot friends, the little drag queens, they were all saying, "Oh, that Ron Russell is so mean that he said that." I mean, come on, we all use filters. Not I. I don't like them, but most do. But you don't get your panties in a knot because of my saying, you use a filter. Wow. Get over yourself.
That's so funny because like Don Hinton said, can you imagine Cardi B's new song, which you probably don't know Cardi B, but that's the lady who just interviewed Joe Biden. But she has a new song. It's the #1 streamed song in the history of music.
Making fun of him?
No, it's not making fun of him. It's like a sex song. It's like almost like having sex.
With Joe Biden.
No, not with Joe Biden. She interviewed Joe Biden. Like, why the hell would
she?
She's a rapper. Why
so
Joe Biden?
Wait, why is a rapper interviewing the president?
Because they're trying to make him popular with black people, and so they had.
That's all bullshit. Black people don't even like him. I mean, we have black friends that can't stomach him, and they feel they're being used.
Oh, the name of the song is WAP, W-A-P, WAP.
That's Italian, and that's a
but if you listen to the words in the song, I forgot what the words are, but they're terrible.
WAP stands for working without papers. When the Italians came here. Huh?
W-A-P.
Oh, she had W-A-P?
The name of the song is WAP, W-A-P.
Oh, they said WAP.
I don't know how you pronounce it, WAP.
Well, years ago, they called the Italians WAPs. And that was because they worked without papers, meaning they weren't citizens. They were illegals that came here. So
this one, though, everybody should stream it and listen to it. I listened to it. And
what is it, derogatory?
And I'm pretty, yes, it's very.
Against Joe Biden?
Not against Joe Biden. It's just a song about fuck me, baby, fuck me harder.
I think you're disgusting.
It stands for like wet pussy or something.
I think you are really horrific and disgusting and low class.
Yeah, well, that's the person that Joe Biden's interviewing on TV. Like, the song is the #1 song in the history, which shows you the mentality of the people in the world, because no song has ever had more streams than that song. It's only been out a week, and it's like the most popular song ever made in history.
Well, not for anything, but the reason our show is #1 for 3 years in a row is because it's a dirty show, and because we curse and say filthy things. If we were a clean show like Barbara Walters, nobody would give a fuck and they wouldn't watch it.
You're probably right.
So people today like crude.
B. Claudia would watch it because she likes all the old, and Lady Lake because they like all the old Hollywood stories.
Yeah, but people that watch our show are all, swingers, young, groovy people or wild people or whatever. I mean, I don't think that the born-again Christians watch our show.
And no, Dawn, I can't believe that that's an actual song. It's terrible. I listen to it, and I'm pretty open-minded. I like all music, and I listen to a lot of hip-hop. But I listened to that, and when I found out, I only listened to it for like 45 seconds, and I couldn't even believe it. We'll have to we can't play that, unfortunately. So check it out, you guys.
I've never heard of this song.
It's called WAP, W-A-P.
What is the lyrics?
I don't know. Hang on, I'll play a little bit of it.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't want my brain to filter that shit. I don't even want to hear it. That's what I do, folks. I don't watch the news anymore on television because I was getting really upset. I have tuned away from politics. I'm 80 years old. It's your world, youngies. You run it. I ran my world years ago. Now it's my departure time soon, and I'm not departing this planet negatively.
Good. They're all saying good for you, Ron.
I'm departing it positive. So when I get to the next dimension and I see all my friends that have gone before me, I will be a positive spirit.
There you go. I'm asking if anybody knows what that WAP actually stands for.
It stands for stupidity.
Yeah.
Anyway, so much for this nonsense. See, this guest had to leave to go take his girlfriend somewhere. Bullshit. And now look all the airtime that we had to kill.
People love it. They're like loving our conversation. We have a couple more minutes to go.
I want to talk about Eileen Shapiro's tits. That's always good.
What you guys should get her book. No, she's like, she might be listening, but she's not.
She in the thing. Eileen's book is really good. Looking for Adam. I mean, I don't really like.
Is that what it's called? Looking for Adam?
Looking for Adam. Where were you?
I don't know. Now I forgot the name of it.
Because you're getting old, darling. Anyway, you know, I know Eileen Shapiro a few years now. And when I met her, all she did was talk about Adamant. She has spent fortunes of money going to England, Germany, all over the world following Adamant. And she's always
searching for Adam.
Whatever it is, looking for Adam, searching for Adamant. It's Adamant. They'll find the book. There's no big deal. Maybe it's searching. I would have written find. I would have written finding Adamant is better than searching. Anyway, she has been a fan of his forever and ever. So I wanted to write Adamant a letter and say, do me a favor. Would you kindly bang Eileen Shapiro so she'll stop chasing you?
I know what WAP stands for now.
Working without papers.
No. Wet ass pussy.
Who wrote that?
Cardi B. Here's the lyrics. Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
You know, get out of here.
I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy make that pull out game weak. Woohoo!
All class. And this is a woman. This is a woman with a lot of class. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why you should vote for Biden, because she's going to represent him. Oh yeah.
It's called Waiting for Adam.
Waiting for Adam. Okay.
Thanks, Angela. She's got a copy of it.
Well, searching, finding, waiting. It's all the same shit. She's looking to get laid by him, period. I would have written the title of the book, Trying to Screw Adamant. Anyway, Eileen Shapiro is a wonderful person, and I love her to death. And we do have more fun with her boobs. She's got gigantic boobs. And she thanks me all the time. She says, Ron, thank you for making my boobs so famous.
Famous.
It is true. Everybody now comments, they're gigantic. I mean, forget about it. She slept over here, you know, a couple of times. And in the morning, she didn't have a bra on. She just had a nightgown. And I thought, oh my God, those they're like guitars, you know, two mandolins. And they don't hang. They don't hang like you would think she'd trip on them, right? When she walked. No, they're like up there still. Gigantic things up there, like two pyramids.
You gotta like love it.
So she sits at the breakfast counter and she lifts them up and she rests them on the counter. And in between her boobs go the crumbs from her bagel.
You gotta like love
it's so cute. I love her. So who else could we talk about?
I was trying to think of how do I make that stop, that noise. I don't know how to make that stop.
You don't know anything.
I know. Well, it comes through my email, but you have to have the email to get this to work. So I don't know how to do it.
We need to have different equipment. We got to get rid of these computers and go back to cameras.
No, it doesn't matter. You still have to have the computer no matter what.
I would like isn't there a way to transmit through a camera like a television show? I mean, we are a television show, but looking into a computer, I feel like we're really not a TV show. I've done television and I know what those cameras look like.
Whatchamacallit, Dawn says she loves it when the way the word bra sounds when someone from New York says it. Say bra.
Bra. How are you supposed to say it?
Bra.
Bra. A bra. A bazia. If you want it from Brooklyn, it's a bazia. Tony Curtis used to say bazia. Because, you know, Tony Curtis, I love Tony Curtis. When Tony was on film, he would try so hard to speak correctly like Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra did the same thing. He'd try to lose his Jersey accent. And they would work on it with voice coaches and tutors. But in private world, not that I ever met Frank, but Tony I know, Tony would relax and he would be from the Bronx. You know, he's a Jewish boy from the Bronx. And he had all the Jewish overtones and the accent in a bazia. A banana, how do you say it? Banana? I forgot how he said banana. Anyway, I used to laugh because the two of us together, we sounded like two retards, two illiterates from the streets of New York. I mean, I don't know who is more guttural than you or I. I said, hey, Tony, how are you? What the fuck is up? He'd say, yeah, nothing wrong. What the fuck's doing with you? I said, I don't know. So he sounded like, I don't know what.
How do you say dawn?
Dawn.
Dawn.
Dawn. DW. It's not Don.
It's Dawn. She just wanted to know because of the way because she's the one who said bra too. Oh, it looks like our guest is here. So hold on, let's see.
I hope this one stays and doesn't have to pick up its girlfriend.
There we go. He's got a boyfriend, a husband.
Oh, I hope he stays and he doesn't have to pick up his boyfriend. Oh my God.
Anyway, you guys.
We're having a homosexual guest. Oh my God, it's shocking. I must do novenas.
He's a Broadway star. I guess it must be.
Of course he's
public.
gay.
It's public knowledge.
Oh, of course he's gay if he's a
public,
Broadway star.
because it's public knowledge. Because the fact that you got married is on your Wikipedia. Hey, Rodney, how you doing?
Hello, how are you both?
Terrific.
Good. Where'd you get those teeth from, you son of a bitch? Look at those gorgeous teeth.
I bought them. No, I'm kidding.
I would love to have a smile
you.
like that. That smile is so beautiful. I have a little mouth, big mouth, but little. And when I smile, you don't see my teeth. But when I see people like you that show uppers and lowers, beautiful smile. Look at that.
Thank you. Thank you so
Hold
much.
on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do an
Is
intro.
your husband beautiful too?
Yes, he is.
I love it. Hold on, let's do a real intro, please.
Fuckface wants me to do an intro. Excuse me.
This is my husband, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I love you both.
How couldn't you tell?
All right, you guys. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, actor, dancer, playwright, Broadway superstar Rodney Hicks. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Ron.
Hi, baby. How are you?
So before we get started,
great.
we get started, we have a chat room full of people, many countries represented. So please say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everyone in the chat room.
And they're all talking about your smile also, which is
he's
unbelievable.
got teeth of death. His teeth are fabulous. I'm sure they hire you on Broadway just for your teeth.
No.
I mean, if you smile on stage, we could see you up in the third balcony.
I appreciate that. I'll take that.
So we've got you on. So are you in New York right now?
No, I live in Denver, Colorado.
Okay. Oh, so
Denver. Isn't that an anti-gay state?
Yes. No, the opposite. We have an out gay governor.
Oh, yay.
I remember a couple of years back, people said, do not go to Colorado because they're really anti-gay.
No. Be here now. I don't sense that. I don't get that at all, actually. No, I don't feel that.
But you know what? You like we are. We live in a different world. I mean, CeCe Penningston, finally, I discussed I discussed this with CeCe, she's a good friend of ours, and I discussed it with CeCe. I said, CeCe, what's going on today? It's so crazy. She said, Ron, we don't know it because we live in a different world. We live in the world of theater entertainment, and we don't really know what's anti-gay. Because everybody in our business is gay, or gay.
Actually, we have a friend of ours in the chat room, Angela, and she said she lives in Denver and it's fabulous there. So,
right.
Oh,
she says hello. She says hello. She's one of the people.
Hi, Angela.
She's one of the people admiring your teeth. So,
and she's a producer. She's a producer of the movie I'm in, Clown Motel 2. Get a plug in whenever you can.
Whenever you can, honey.
So you guys, if you want to follow Rodney, you can follow him on Instagram. His Instagram is at Rodney Hicks here, HERE. And his website is www.rodneyhicks.net.
Okay, before you go into all that stuff about him, that what he does and all that nonsense, I got to get to the nitty gritty, sweetie pie. Get over here. Listen, Louise, get over here. How'd you meet him? Where'd you meet him? And how did he come on to you?
Oh, that's so beautiful. My husband, Chris, we met doing a show. Oh, this is a fabulous story. We met doing the show Oklahoma. And it was the first all-black, professional production of Oklahoma. It was all-black Oklahoma, and he's white. And I was playing Curly, and we really hit it off. And the show closed, and we were like, "What is this?" And I just took a leap of faith. We went to Mexico like 3 months later, and then I moved to the West Coast, and I moved from New York City, and at that time to Portland, Oregon, and we've been together for 9 years. Yeah, we've been married for 7.
Jimmy and I are married 10 years in October, so you're around the same time we are. So is he nice to you? He treats you good?
Oh gosh, very much so, very much so. He's just a beautiful human being. Yeah.
Good. Well, 9 years is a good test.
Yes.
We have an echo. Wait, hang on. Studio attendant, we have an echo. Can you get rid of it, please? Let's hear it. Okay, we got rid of the echo. Good. Okay, so now listen to me. How am I going to put this nicely without upsetting the world? I have a lot of I hate white and black and all that shit, but we have to do it. I have a lot of white friends who only date black men.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And I said to my white friends, I've dated a couple of black guys, but I mean, why do you only date black men? And they said, because if you date a white guy, you waste a lot of time and you wind up with 6 inches. But if you date a black guy, you can wind up with 12 inches.
Oh my gosh.
So now you
I am
know
so
that-
glad I took a nap before this interview. I have another one at 3:00 at my time. I'm on MST time, and I'm like, this
Wait
is
a
just
minute.
fun. This is fun.
So wait a minute. So you've heard this also. You've also heard this. Don't play dumb. So friends of mine said it's not true. They said that all men are equal, and I loved that because I do believe that all people are equal. So you got some big schlongs, you got some Minnie Mouse meat, you got some,
Minnie Mouse
you got some chubby.
I agree with that. Like really, I mean, we both have dated like men of every race. So I definitely believe that the eggplant, it doesn't matter the color of the eggplant to have an eggplant.
That was quick. That was awesome.
It's true. It's
or zucchini.
But it's something they think about gay men right away. If you date a black guy, they go, "Oh, she's a size queen. She wants a big one."
Dawn's in the chat room going, "What the fuck?"
Wait, and that's not necessarily the case. I dated a black. Well, he really wasn't black. Yes, he was black. He was Jamaican and English and some other shit, maybe German or something. And he was a stunningly looking, gorgeous guy. I mean, beautiful. Black skin, gorgeous little nose, and down below. I wouldn't write home. So it must have been his English Irish side.
we're like gay, and we work with a lot of Ron's in a lot of movies also, like you are, and
you are not gay.
And
no, I'm not gay. I'm straight.
And so we're always in the dress with
my husband.
We're always in the dressing room with girls, and they always let us in because we're gay. And so they're all talking about all the Hollywood celebrities that they've like slept with, and who's got big meat, who's got little meat. It's hilarious, because half the people have been on this show. So now when I look at them totally different. Like, oh yeah, they said you've only got like a thumb.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised how many. Oh no, sweetie, you'd be surprised how many disappointments are in our business. And these broads these are all beautiful, sexy girls with big bazooms, and they all had hot boyfriends and famous actors that we all know,
like really famous,
and they just sat there. I mean, they were in there.
They were dishing it.
They were
just giving you the tea.
No, I was on a film called Clown Fear. And we were in the trailer, big trailer, beautiful trailer. And I was when there were 6 of these great, beautiful actresses. And all 6 were discussing all the men they screwed in the business and how big their meat was and who they were. And I was sitting there just fascinated. I said, you know what? You sound like a pack of queens, because this is what the queens talk about. But women do the same thing. So I guess. Anyway, off the meat.
Now let's talk about him.
Let's talk about your career.
All right. So hold on. So first of all, I want to tell you, we're going to go back to Broadway. But before I go back to Broadway, I want to just tell you, Ron has a really good friend, and she won the Tony for Memphis. That was her play on Broadway. Fran Bizarre. Do you know Fran Bizarre?
I love Francine.
Yes.
Bizarre. Oh, I love Francine.
I am friends with Fran for over 50 years. When Fran was married to Jack Borganick, I used to go up to that wonderful place in New Jersey where Jack was in a machine digging it out to make the lake. Jack was building that. Jack Borganick was probably one of the most interesting, fabulous men in the world. Fran is my dearest and best friend forever.
And she can cook. Oh my God.
And she can bake. She can fucking bake too.
Yes, exactly.
And if you've never had her little, what is it she makes now? Her brownies. Franny's brownies.
Forget about it. Yes, I was in Come From Away, and she's one of the producers on that, investors, and she would bake those brownies, honey, and like they were gone. They were in the green room and just gone.
Wonderful.
Heart of gold.
Let me do a quick story about Franny Bizarre. Fran calls me up. I was living in New York, I believe, at the time. And she said, Ron, I want you to come to a cocktail party at the firehouse. Because, she lives in a converted firehouse in Manhattan. And she said, there are some people here that you've got to meet. They are so good for your career. Come looking great, be on your best behavior. You know, you could be charming when you want. Keep your mouth clean. You know, be a gentleman. Look stunning. I love you to death. Come, darling. I went. I'm walking in the door, and she said, Ron, kissy, kiss. Have you ever had a mango martini? I said, no, I've never had a mango martini. So I had one, then I had two, then I had three. They were so delicious, I had 6. Well, an hour later, I was sitting on the floor talking to some broad next to me who turned out to be a big producer's wife. And she's inviting me to the Hamptons for a weekend. And I'm cursing up a storm and carrying on like there's no tomorrow. Talk about like a movie. This is like a fucking movie, right? And I don't know, when I left, I peed myself. Oh, I did. I peed myself. That's how drunk I was.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
We had a great time.
I'm sure you did.
I made such an ass of myself. So the next day I said to Franny, I said, so when's the next cocktail party? She said, for you, honey, never. But she was laughing.
You know, she said it was so much love.
She was laughing. She comes to my house for dinner all the time. I mean, no, Franny is a sweetie pie.
Yes.
As I said, I know her over 50 years. We've been very close friends. So when you see her, say Ron Russell sends his love.
Done. Yes.
We used to live in Pennsylvania, and we would drive into New York to go to events and see her and see other people and stuff. Now we live in Palm Springs, California.
Beautiful.
So now we're out in Palm Springs. So, all right. So now we're going to do some bragging for Rodney, you guys. First of all, one of the biggest independent movies of 2020. It's out right now. It's called Mighty Oak, and it's doing extremely well. Everybody's watching it. It's a music-inspired show. It stars Janelle Paris from Pretty Little Liars, Tommy Reagan, who's like a little kid who was in School of Rock, who's really one of the big stars, Carlos Pina Vega, his sister Alexa, Ben Milliken, Levi Dillon, who's Bob Dylan's, I think, grandson, Gianna Harris, and Raven Simone, and you. And it is a hit movie, you guys. It's a musical. Everybody needs to see it. Tell us a little bit about, first of all, how did you even get it? How'd you get it?
You know, my friend Frank Reagan, he's one of the exec producers of the film. He 2 years ago, he just sent me a text and said, you know, there's a role in this film that I think you'd be dynamite in. Would you want to put yourself on tape? And I said, sure. And I put myself on tape in the corgi scene. And I found out I got the job on New Year's Eve. Yeah,
hey, that's a good Happy New Year.
It really was. It really was. And we just had an extraordinary time filming it. And we all became friends, and we're still friends to this day. It was wonderful. It was really wonderful.
You're a very handsome man. How tall are you?
Thank you. I'm 5'11".
I figured that. So you're tall and thin and handsome. Yeah, Broadway stuff. You look like Broadway stuff.
I appreciate you.
Oh, you know how many people I know from Broadway, darling?
A lot, I'm sure.
Oh, I could drop names to make you spin.
Hang on, go back, because I want everybody.
How about Ethel Merman?
Ooh,
okay.
Everything's coming up roses.
Wait a minute.
He's 80, just so you know.
I'm 80 years old. So
what?
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Okay, 80. Yes.
So these are all these. Thank you.
Who was the lady who just died?
Who just died
last year? The one with the white hair.
The lady that just died.
The Broadway lady who just died. Like fucking like
my friend.
Yeah, she was like the biggest thing.
Carol Channing.
Yeah, Carol Channing.
Carol Channing.
No,
yes.
Carol died more than a year ago.
No, it was like since we lived here. So.
Yeah, Carol was a good friend of mine for many years. Mitzi Gaynor. Jesus Christ! How can I forget? What's her name? The choreographer, the redhead. What was her name? Famous. Oh, you know, she can't beat her name. She was on Broadway in Sweet Charity. Gwen Verdon. And of course, the dreamboat of my life is my little Puerto Rican woman, my cat woman. You know who I mean? Who?
I'm just gonna let you tell it.
No, he knows. He
forgot the name. That's why.
No, I do remember. I know her well. I love her. You know her also. She's the queen of Broadway right now. She's 100 years old.
Speaking of Cheetah Rivera.
Cheetah Rivera.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
Hang on, I want to go back.
Fabulous.
Wait, we have to go
Cheetah.
back, you guys. We have to go back to Mighty Oak because this is like a big deal. This is like, first of all, you guys. I mean, anybody who knows anybody knows these are like huge. These are like people that are all in the top Well, a lot of them are in the top 1,000 on IMDb. Janelle Parrish at one time was number 1 on IMDb, meaning she was the biggest star in Hollywood at that time. Raven Simone is That's So Raven from Disney, who hosts. Isn't she the host on The View?
She was. She
She
was
was the host on The View. Alexa Pena Vega is from Spy Kids,
and she's actually married to Carlos.
Oh, she's married to him?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. And they're just such a beautiful couple.
I looked up the Twitter followings of everybody in the movie, and most of the people in the movie have like 3 or 4 million followers that are in this movie. I mean, these are like huge people, and it's a musical. Basically, it's a phenomenal story. Everybody needs to go see it. It's available on all the digital download platforms. I want to do a big plug for it since we brought you on originally to talk about it, so we can talk about all the other stuff. But it is a great movie. It's a great accomplishment for you to actually be cast in this movie. However you get in it, you take every advantage that you can. And they didn't send me a link for it yet, but I'm gonna watch it. I've had tons of people watch it because I work with Holly a lot on different things, and so like
I adore Holly. Yes.
I've heard everything.
She's
is really
cool lady, Holly.
I haven't seen any bad reviews on this film at all. I mean, it's got everything that everybody seems to like.
Okay, I want to ask him an important question, a serious question. How desperately are you missing Broadway?
Oh, that's a really beautiful question. Well, for me, I left my last Broadway show, Come From Away, 3 years ago because I was diagnosed with a neurological condition called spasmodic dysphonia. And what happened is that
wait, what the hell is that?
Yes, exactly. It is a condition that affects your voice. And for some time, I lost the ability to speak properly, to speak clearly, and I could no longer sing. So I departed the show, and my father was dying of cancer at the time. And you flash forward, I left the show in June. June of 2017. And then my father died on March 12th. March 12th, the morning that he passed, I woke up, and because I would always kind of check to see if something was there, and I regained the ability to talk again. And then on my birthday, I could sing. And of course, I spent a year and a half working therapy and trying to get it all back together again. And so this movie came at a real pivotal time in my life because I thought, well, I'll never work again because I could barely talk. And but then everything came together, and I got the movie, and then it was a string of just taking it one job at a time. And now I'm here, and I have the full range of my voice back again, and I'm just really grateful.
Well, you speak beautifully.
Thank you.
And your voice sounds like it's a gorgeous baritone voice.
I am a baritone. Yes,
I know.
I am a baritone.
And nobody can sing as I love this one. This is an all black joke. Old Man River. I mean, why they ask all black baritones to sing Old Man River? I will never know. It's so racist. But anyway, I feel that way, don't you? Typecast.
It is a very old song.
It's a good song, comes from a beautiful musical. I think you're terrific. When we're in New York, I think we should have dinner with you and your guy.
He's in Denver.
Oh, you're in Denver. Oh,
but I travel everywhere. Yeah.
Well, when you come to LA, if you come to LA and you want to head up to Palm Springs, you and your guy, come over. I cook Italian. We'll have a good.
Thank you. And I know I'm going to just laugh the entire time. I really love your humor. It's funny.
We have some sensational friends who you would love to be with, and we would have a nice dinner party.
You know what, too? That was your father looking out for you.
Oh no, that was his father giving him back his voice.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it was. We had a I love my father, and thankfully we had a reconciliation, a real great reconciliation a month before he passed. So thankfully I'm not carrying any unresolved stuff because we resolved it. And I really believe that if we didn't resolve it, maybe I wouldn't be talking again, So
he gave you your voice back.
I believe that to be true, yes.
Now, another question. Here we go with the tough questions. A nice little black boy from wherever decides he wants to be on Broadway. So how the fuck did you do it?
Yes. And actually, I was 7 years old when I knew that I wanted to do Broadway. I was that kid who I'd never listened to the radio. like growing up. You gave me a original Broadway cast album. That was my radio. And I mean, Annie was my first album that I bought with my own money. And I wore that album out thinking that one day that I could play Annie. And then it was it was just.
Wait, you wanted to play Annie?
I didn't know. I just thought
that would have been fun.
I related to her, and
Right.
I really did in her journey. And but I grew up going to the library all the time just to check out the original Broadway cast albums and figuring out, ooh, how could I rewrite this into the musical in my mind based on the songs? And a funny story, my grandmother, my cousins and I, we would do like little entertainment in the living room, for every event, family gathering. And I said, Grandma, we should do the Wiz in the living room. And we should put out a sign in the neighborhood, like an audition sign for everyone in the neighborhood. She said, you are not bringing all those people up in my house. and I said, why? I'm like, I can stage it. And I think I was about 12 years old or 11. And I just had it all visioned out. And she said, no. And I said, well, I'm going to write the book based on the song. She said, it's already written. And I said, I know, but that's their version. I'm going to do this version.
Your version.
And she just said, it's already written, honey. Write your own. And no one can. Yes, I did many times. But she said, you're not bringing all these people in my house. And that was the end of that.
So years and years and years and many thousands of years ago, there was a publicity gimmick they had going in New York City, looking for young men for West Side Story dancers. Okay, that was all bullshit, of course. And I went down thinking that I was going to be one of the dancers in West Side Story. This is, by the way, before it came out on Broadway. This is back in 1950, whatever. Well, I remember auditioning for We Are the Jets, and jumping up in the air and kicking my leg, looking like a giraffe in heat. And they said to me, okay, you're cut. And I had the nerve to say, why? Wasn't I good? They said, no, you're ethnic looking, but you just can't dance.
It's okay. I had an audition like that. I was auditioning for, this was, oh my gosh, I think 1995. And I was part of the original cast of the Broadway show Rent. And so it was before this. And I auditioned for Tommy Toon's
I love Tommy.
Alley. Yes, Busker Alley. Never came to Broadway, but my grandmother said, because tap dancing wasn't my thing at that time. And so she said, you can do everything else. She kind of screamed at me. And because I was just like, so I bought the tap dance shoes. I went to the audition. I sang my song and I made it past that. And the dance call, I never felt so mortified because I tried it. I fell twice. And I picked up I remember I must have been, I think I was like 21 years old. I picked up my bag and just quietly tried to leave the room as they were doing the combination. And the casting director was saying, why are you leaving? I said, were you watching? I said, I am not. I can't do this. Yes. But you know what I learned in that moment? That was the last time I ever walked out of an audition, because I thought it's not about being perfect. They're not looking for that. And so I learned that very early on, that just be you, but that at that point in my life, being me was someone who could not tap dance.
That's okay. I was 16 years old, by the way, when I thought I could be in West Side Story. What the hell do you know at 16? You know nothing. You're all full of nothing. All I know is that every guy used to follow me at 16. Oops. Ooh. And now no one does.
So let's do some. That's not true. He gets followed everywhere he goes. Let's do some more bragging real quick. So you guys in Broadway, first of all, he's done every possible play on the planet off Broadway and all over the world. But on Broadway, he was in Rent, which is one of my absolute favorites. I know every song. Rent. I know every song.
Love Rent.
I love it, and I saw it on Broadway back in the day.
Right.
Jesus Christ Jesus Christ
If
Superstar.
we knew you were in it, we would have come back in the green room and said hi.
Rent, Jesus Christ Superstar, the Scottsboro Boys. He was raised in Philadelphia. He performed in the 2008, the 62nd Annual Tony Awards. He was in the Rent Live 2019 TV movie and the Rent film live on Broadway also. So like you're like a Rent motherfucker, boy. You're like all over the place. And I love it because the music is so great. On
so
TV,
great.
you guys and his acting, you might have seen him on episodes of Leverage, Grimm, NYPD Blue, or Law and Order: Criminal Intent. And now you've got the Mighty Oak, which I want to bring it back to that real quick. But so tell us, so you've done all these wonderful things. If you could be in any Broadway musical that you haven't been in, which one would you have liked to been in, and what character would you like to play?
It's a great question. I think I can no longer sing this material any longer, but I would want to have played George Washington in Hamilton. That would be the role, but the role that I grew up like my entire life, I thought I'm going to portray this character on Broadway is the leading player in Pippin. And a funny story about that, when I first moved to Portland, they were having auditions for that. And I passed on the auditions because I chose, and they kept calling, and I chose love. Because I thought, well, I just moved here and I'm in a relationship that I'm like, wow, this is life-changing for me. And it was an audition. So it wasn't like I got offered the role, right? But right. I didn't want to put my hat in the ring for some reason. And Patina Miller amazingly took over, played the role and reinvigorated what the role could be. So, I firmly believe what is yours will never pass you by. And for me, that wasn't meant for me. So I'm also a playwright and writer, and that's really my focus outside of focusing on taking it to the next level with television and film at this time in my life.
I love it. Actually, Corner of the Sky is like one of my favorite Broadway songs from Pippin.
It used to be my anthem. My personal anthem.
I love that song.
If I had to do a Broadway musical, I would want to do Mame, and I would want to be Mame Dennis in drag for sure. Because that's my favorite musical in all the world is Angela Lansbury, who I love.
I could see you actually playing that role. That's what's really great about it. Well, I really could.
Angela Lansbury was Mame. Lucille Ball never should have touched it. It was a disaster. Oh, wow. And to date, I only think of Mame with Angela Lansbury, as well as Gypsy with my Ethel Merman. I mean, Ethel was from Queens, where I came from, Astoria, and Ethel had my accent. And when I spoke with her, I could hear her from 3 blocks away. Ethel spoke you couldn't help but hear her. And I remember asking her a stupid question. I said, "Why did you divorce Ernest Borgnine?" And she just looked at me. She said, "Why don't you just mind your fucking business, Ron?" I said, "Okay."
Oh, she was real. She was that.
Oh, I love
it. I love it.
When she did Gypsy, and she said, "And how do you like them egg rolls, Mr. Goldstone?" Nobody could deliver that line like she did.
I saw a YouTube clip of Angela Lansbury in that role.
Oh, she was wonderful.
Woo.
Oh, she was marvelous beyond belief.
Oh my gosh.
She stole my heart.
Yeah, who else was really great? Bernadette Peters was underrated.
I know Bernadette
in that role. And I just, I was like, woof. Bernadette is like coming for you, she was great.
Yeah, but it wasn't her role. Bernadette did Sunday in the Park with George. I love Bernadette in that. I thought she did a great job. But
so
Mame, it was Angela's piece, and I'm only sorry it was never filmed.
Yeah.
Because it was a piece of work that you will never see again.
So Tim O'Donnell in the chat room says he just got Amazon. He's going to watch Amazon Video on Demand tonight. Angela Joseph says she followed you on Instagram. She's the one who lives in Denver and does a lot of film and television stuff in Denver. She said if you need anything, reach out to her on Instagram.
Thank you, Angela.
And so let's do another hypothetical, because your film career is really kind of like just now, really, because Mighty Oak is a big deal. It's going to start blowing up now from here. If you had
whatever is meant will be.
A bucket list, though. Who's a male and female actor that you'd like? Oh my God, if I could work with anybody, I would love to work with these two people. And let's put it out in the universe for you and see if it comes true.
Well, wait a minute. We do that all the time with movies. Let's make it theater. Let's make it stage.
No, I already did theater.
Oh, we did. I would like to do film. Yeah. I think there's many. There really is. I have to start with my first go-to is Chiwetel Ejiofor. He's my contemporary, really. Extraordinary. There is Andrew Scott. I think is a fabulous actor. And of course, I would love to co-star in a film with Denzel Washington playing my dad. In some way, shape, or form. That is like a bucket list. And of course, I would love to be in a film with Angela Bassett because I just, but
that'll happen.
Also, Viola Davis, I just kind of like this to her,
I think How to Get Away with Murder is like one of the best.
These are all fabulous actors and actresses you're naming.
It's one of the best TV shows ever made, like ever.
yes. And, I mean, the list goes on for me because it's, the woman, gosh, why am I blanking on her name? I would love to do something with Lily Tomlin. I know she's getting up there.
Lily is wild.
She's just so.
Lily is wild.
Do you watch Grace and Frankie or Frankie and Grace?
I have, yes.
It's fabulous. We love it.
I was working the upstairs, the downstairs in Greenwich Village in maybe 1960 or something like that, in drag as Jane Russell. And Lily Tomlin was just starting off, and she was with her girlfriend, this beautiful redhead. What a lovely girl. And Lily Tomlin, everybody was saying, she's strange. That's a weirdo. Did you see her? She's strange. And I turned around and I said, yeah, that strange girl's going to be a star. She had the humor that no one else had in stand-up. And I adore Lily Tomlin. I think she's still with that redhead, by the way, who's now gray-haired.
Wow. Yeah, there's so many actors that and I really do feel that I'm in my prime right now, and I feel that I'm in such a beautiful place internally to be able to let go, because I know when I was in my 20s and 30s, early 30s, I wasn't out. I wasn't comfortable with being an out gay actor. So now I'm just like, bring it, and it's really what I've dreamed of and was afraid of, I guess, but no longer.
Coming out has made you a better actor. Because I've had to act all my life straight, like a Brooklyn tough guy, because I'm Italian.
Isn't it the worst?
It is the worst. Now that I'm out and I can act like a big screaming queen, I act like a Brooklyn tough guy without having to. You know what I mean? It's absolutely a freedom that doesn't go. I made a movie with Sophia Loren in 1959 called That Kind of Woman. And that's my dream, is to work with Sophia again. I'd love to play her husband.
I love that.
I would love Two Old Bags, we'll call the movie.
I actually would love to play, in terms of roles, dream roles, I would love to play someone who identifies as, who's like a man by day or identifies as a trans woman by by day or by, I would love to step into those shoes for someone who identifies as a male, but you know what I mean? So that I can actually play it.
Know what you mean.
There's something I would love to do.
I was sent a script. And it was called Drag Queens from Out of Space. It's an outrageous comedy, kind of like a Divine film, that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And they wanted me to be the lead, and I play Moon. What was my name? Miss Moon, I think. And we come to Earth to find husbands because there are no husbands left on our planet. We've eaten them all. Because we're zombie drag queens.
Well, it's not that kind of film I want to do, but
wait a minute. These films live forever. They become cult classics. And I think this drag queen zombies from outer space could be the ultimate camp, like Killer Tomatoes or Killer
Tomatoes, yes. I would want to do one that's not camp at all. That is someone really going through it, a transition. I don't know why it's like calling, and so that would be really kind of wonderful one day.
Well, you're a writer. Write it, damn it. You can do it.
Well, but that's a role that I just want to play. I want to just portray. For me, I love writing, and I don't like to write for myself. I love writing for other people to play, and so that I can just kind of, wow, this is it, and really just love on their talents,
Okay,
You
so
should write it though, because I'm a big shit producer.
So listen, make believe you're writing it for me, and then when you film it, you take the role.
I want to say, first of all, because we have, we have 2 guests on every week, and we got like 6 minutes left. I know you have another interview, but we have 6 minutes left, and we're done.
Great.
So we have a chat room full of people, and you're getting so many compliments in the chat room about how well spoken you are, how handsome you are. Everybody thinks you're going to be extremely successful.
He is already.
The smile, more successful. The smile, and your whole disposition is very, very friendly, where people feel at ease right off the bat, like talking to you. They're all talking about it.
It's my meditation. I practice meditation.
I think you're gonna be a bigger star than you are, and I think wonderful things are gonna come your way.
And I don't invite everyone to my home either, our home. So,
and please, I would love that. Another role, I would love to play Dr. King on television or film.
Doctor, oh yeah, I think,
because as an actor, I'm like a transformer actor, where I love that. How I present myself as Rodney, where I worked so hard on my personal authenticity. I love stepping into shoes that are not mine, stepping into shoes that are somewhat bigger and more complex, actually. And it's just so that, and also portraying someone like Dr. King. I actually did The Mountaintop, Katori Hall's Mountaintop, which is a play about Dr. King. And that, I think that stands as one of the most amazing roles that I've had the opportunity to portray.
Any good actor wants to do that.
Yeah.
I the movies that I'm in, I never play the same character. I either play a Brooklyn gangster or a minister or a cop. I would love one day to play somebody that really did something special. Like
there it is. That's exactly it.
I'd like to play like a gay man who was famous, like Cary Grant. I'd like to play Cary Grant because he was gay and he was in the closet.
Bayard Rustin is a role I would like to play too.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who?
Bayard Rustin.
Okay.
He was part of the civil rights movement, and he was gay, and he was out. And it's like, wow, how fascinating would it be to learn about him, and to step into those shoes? Because I love researching for roles and characters. That for me is one of the best parts of being an actor. You have to learn so much, and you keep learning outside of yourself, because I believe that acting is so bigger than you. Although, everyone has their own philosophy, but I really, in this new journey, this is bigger than me. And I just want to put some love out into the world.
Even at 80 years old, actors still keep learning and learning. Yes. Unfortunately, we keep forgetting and forgetting because we're old. Do you have trouble with lines?
I am grateful that I do not. I've learned a whole process and system. I love the process of memorizing lines. Well, for television, it's a little bit, you get your script the day before sometimes, or 2 days before, and that is my life, and I think to myself, when it comes to memorizing lines, if I start to get upset about it, why can't I get this, I take a breath. And I remind myself, this is all you ever wanted to do.
That's right.
So
do it.
We so do it together. Yes, we did.
Angelina Joseph.
It keeps me joyful.
Angelina Joseph is in our chat room.
Angela,
listening to what I'm going to say. I'm shooting Friday, kids, and I'm having trouble with my lines already. So I'm going to improvise. I'm going to wear a telephone in my ear and somehow have it written in the script that I'm waiting for an important call. And Jimmy will be offset feeding me lines if I screw up.
That's okay.
This is what happens when you. Well, Robert De Niro is doing it. Every actor I know that's my age can't remember lines anymore. So we're all doing it. So Angela, baby, Angie, get ready for Friday.
She's not going to be there.
She's still
going to Clown Motel. She's going to Clown Motel.
Oh, okay. Well,
so hold on, you guys, because we only have a minute.
Will...
So you guys, first of all, please follow Rodney Hicks here on Instagram. Are you on Twitter or no?
No.
Okay.
I was on Twitter years ago, and I just said, this is not for me.
Right.
Okay.
And if you follow me, I'm very much, I post uplifting, love, peace, and all of that, which I think, and on Twitter, it's so for me, I like to stay in my lane. I like to stay in my personal lane of love and that I have cultivated in my life. And so, and not put it on anybody. If you want to follow me, awesome. If not, that's okay too.
Yeah, I think so too.
I so agree with you, my buddy.
All right, you guys.
I hate those friggin' things too.
I followed you too on Instagram, but you guys follow him on Instagram. It's Rodney Hicks here. Please check out Mighty Oak, and then follow his career. He's going to be a huge star.
I appreciate it.
We want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank y'all so much.
With everything, have fun on your next interview, and we'll see you soon.
All right, peace to everyone.
Looking forward to seeing you in person.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Rodney. What a nice guy.
Really nice guy.
He's really sweet.
And I'm telling you, the movie is like killing it. The Mighty Oak movie.
I mean,
awesome.
And he knows all the right. I have to call Franny up and say, well, what have you got for him? But Fran's not doing anything because Broadway is down.
Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you guys all next week. Chat room, thank you so much, everybody, for promoting and listening. We enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Next week.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live if you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.